We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
You followed him from the first day he signed with the team. You remember the day he poured in 63 points? The night he played a sold-out concert to 30,000 people. The day he gave his infamous speech. That's why you believe in heroes. That's why you remember and collect their memorabilia. All in Autographs, where you can meet some of the greats, collect some of the greats, and share your own legacy. Visit All In Autographs, where you can celebrate the great and have your own piece of history.
I'm David C. Chavis, personal injury attorney. For over 4 decades, our law firm has remained steadfast in our commitment to serving the remarkable people of New Mexico that have been injured through no fault of their own. I'm a New Mexican fighting for New Mexicans. I received my bachelor's degree at NMSU and earned my law degree at UNM. I can proudly say I'm both an Aggie and a Lobo. Call now and I will meet with you. 40 years strong, and we're still as local as red and green.
Now it's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal. Here's Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck.
But I'm not going to give you an I told you so. I'm not going to tell you what you got to watch. But holy smokes, it's so good. What's the most dangerous lead in sports? Two goals in hockey? It might even be 3. It's just that good. And it was that good last night. The Stanley Cup final was terrific. I get it. Might not be an NHL town. I know. Talk NFL all the time. Man, what this series has been, and what last night gave us, was so damn good. It leads the show. Good morning, boys and girls. Made it to Friday. Happy weekend almost. It's the opening drive on 95, well, sometimes 95.9 FM, and AM 610, the sports animal, Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck. How you living?
What'd it do?
Tell me you didn't turn it off at 3-0 Panthers and just say it's done.
You thought it was done.
Did you turn it off?
However,
did you?
I watched the end of the game.
Okay. All right. That was so good. You thought... no, go ahead. You thought you thought it was done, right?
Well, you just saw them get beat 6-1.
Right.
And 3-0. I don't know how Skinner got the start, especially after that 6-1 game, but Stuart Skinner in that for the Oilers, down 3-0 at the first period. They're like, you know what? We're going to go to Calvin Pickard, and it was the jolt of life Edmonton needed. Goaltender made some big-time saves, came through on the power play, tied it at 3, 4-4 game, going to OT, and they got the job done.
It was pretty amazing. Florida, yes, and all of that. The Oilers got pumped. And in fact, the Oilers, who were down 2-1 in this series, got embarrassed in Game 3. They got beat 6-1. They lost their bleep. They lost their cool. It became a gong show. They were just fighting. They got unraveled. They're playing the defending Stanley Cup champions who beat them last year in 7 on the road, and they got embarrassed. And then they come out and they said, "Okay, boys, okay, we're going to come out strong, we're going to come out strong." And then they're down 3-0 going in the first intermission. For 3-0, done. I mean, this is kind of cooked, man. If this was the NBA, this would be a team who got beat by 40 the night before and was down 25 at halftime, ready to go down 3-1 on the road in the series. And whatever was said, and it sounds like it was some veteran leadership that stepped up in the locker room, they came back and scored 3 in a row in the second to tie it at 3. They go up 4-3, only to have Florida tie it with 19 seconds to go. On a goal, JJ, the angle on that tying goal with 19.5 seconds to go right down the goal line. I mean, literally, it was probably a foot and a half off the goal line with that angle. And Pickard was out of position. But I thought it was a great goal, just the angle. Some of the short-sided goals that they're just finding little windows in this series are pretty amazing. And then go to overtime, and it's Leon Draisaitl with a deflected shot.
Draisaitl one hand on his stick, pushing it towards the net and finding its way in.
When you tell me it hasn't been done since the Montreal Canadiens did it in 1919, I listen. Not 2019, 1919. The last time a road team was down 3 goals at a Stanley Cup playoff final and came back to win was the Montreal Canadiens in 1919. I love that kind of crap. It was something else. And they'll go back up to Canada and they'll play Game 5 tomorrow night, and it is tied at 2. And it's so good. Draisaitl's 11th goal in the playoff. And he's Mr. Overtime. JJ, I love the hockey, man. It's just so good. It is just. I even had my mom watching last night. She didn't know what the hell she's watching, I don't think. I just said to her, like, well, you understand lacrosse, right? She's like, well, yeah, kind of. Okay, well, then you get hockey. Same kind of thing. It's just on the ground instead of in the air. Fair enough. Almost. So good. Lots to do today, and we welcome you to get in. 505-246-0610. 505-246-0610. That is the Sports Animals phone line. That will be our text line. Your emails will come in this morning. Jeff at sportsanimалabq.com. JJ at sportsanimалabq.com. JJ's on the X. You should follow him. It's _JJ Buck. And you can watch us as well. Because, I mean, it's just a great watch. You look at that young, strapping JJ Buck, good-looking young fella. And you know, you got to look at me too, I guess. But it's a good watch. And Adrian adds all kinds of video accompaniments. He's producing on ProView Network, so you can watch us on our Facebook page, the OD in the AM, on the YouTube channel for ProView Networks, and on Xfinity Channel 26 throughout the state of New Mexico. Did you watch the golf yesterday? Did you have it on during the day?
I did.
What was your impression of 156 golfers in the field and the golf course only yielding 10 dudes under par?
Exactly what I expect from the U.S. Open.
Do you enjoy it?
I enjoy it because I understand that's what they want this tournament to be.
So I don't want to watch it every week. I get the people, and I think it's few. I think it's just people who don't really get it. And I said 10 under par. It's 8. Well, there was 10 under par. Now there's only 8 under par as we're continuing to play today. You know, people I want to see the best, whatever, man. You can watch every other week. You can go watch John Deere and watch dudes go 25 under. And it's cool, and they are that good. But the ultimate test, as you said yesterday, if you don't hit the fairways, it will be penal. The rough is really, really thick, and the greens are really, 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 really hard. And the U.S. Open on an annual basis is the ultimate test of golf. And the golf courses are set up to be that way. I think they enjoy it when the players complain. Don't you? When the players are complaining about the greens, I think the greenskeepers and the people who set up the golf course are like, yeah, we did our job. That's what it is, man. And JJ Spawn is your leader. He'll go off today at 10:52 our time. He is -4. Brooks Koepka was just -2. He is -2. Brooks Koepka was just dropped a stroke. He was at 3 under, but he was -2 after yesterday. He's even after 6 today. A guy named Thurston Lawrence is in second place at -3. And the other guys under par: Siwoo Kim, Sungjae Im, Victor Hovland, Ben Griffin, and Thomas Dietrich, and that's it. That is it. John Rahm is even today. He's out on the golf course. Morikawa's out there today, also even. And you got a lot of guys that are really in danger of not making the cut. The cut line right now is projected at 4 over par. And Jason Day's at +5. Rory's underneath that number. Dustin Johnson's underneath that number. I mean, you're going to be looking at a lot of dudes. Did you see the Albatross by Patrick Reed?
Yeah.
How about that?
Wild day on some of these scorecards.
Isn't it crazy? Patrick Reed, an albatross, would be not a birdie 1 under, not an eagle but 2 under, but 3 under. That's a 2 on a par 5. That's a dude from 280 something yards away that hit. I'm going to guess a 3-wood, and got there and rolled in for a 2 on a par 5. Pretty amazing. Like jarred it from 280 something yards away. Pretty amazing shot, and he didn't even know because the undulation of the golf course, the greens, and he's standing there with his palms up in the air, like, what? It went in? I got a 2? Yeah, you do. But +3 overall. That's how hard the damn golf course is. That's how hard it's playing. So I'll give you updates. It's on Peacock, dude. So I gotta I got a bunch of them, but I don't have Peacock. This is me sounding like our emailer. Wait, I gotta have Peacock to. Should I send myself an email? I have to have Peacock to watch the damn U.S. Open. All right, I'll send myself one. Kenny Thomas is due to be with us coming up at 9:00 this morning. We'll talk hoops with the former Lobo great. Get into the Pacers and Thunder, which resumes tonight in Indianapolis, with the Pacers up 2-1. So we'll talk with Kenny coming up at 9:00. 8:30, Ben Gasper, the head PGA professional at San Diego Golf Club, is going to join us. Ben's going to talk to us about the U.S. Open, about the way Nick told me last night. I know he's got stuff going on, but he said Ben's better about talking about having to hit the ball far at Oakmont. I guess Ben hits the ball further than Nick. So we'll talk with the head golf pro. Ben's going to join us coming up at 8:30 from San Diego Golf Club. We'll get you a golf tip and get you there. Got NFL stuff to do. We got local stuff. And another national champion at the University of New Mexico. That is next, because she set a meet record at the NCAA championships yesterday. Oh, and you thought Antonio Brown lost his bleep before? Now the cops are after him. For murder? It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
You followed him from the first day he signed with the team. You remember the day he poured in 63 points? The night he played a sold-out concert to 30,000 people. The day he gave his infamous speech. That's why you believe in heroes. That's why you remember and collect their memorabilia. All in Autographs, where you can meet some of the greats, collect some of the greats, and share your own legacy. Visit All In Autographs, where you can celebrate the great and have your own piece of history.
I'm David C. Chavis, personal injury attorney. For over 4 decades, our law firm has remained steadfast in our commitment to serving the remarkable people of New Mexico that have been injured through no fault of their own. I'm a New Mexican fighting for New Mexicans. I received my bachelor's degree at NMSU and earned my law degree at UNM. I can proudly say I'm both an Aggie and a Lobo. Call now and I will meet with you. 40 years strong, and we're still as local as red and green.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. find it on ProView Networks.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
The Yeller Sub, located on 7200 Montgomery Boulevard, serves breakfast all day long along with classic hot and cold subs. Don't forget about our shakes, malts and floats made with your favorite Bluebell ice cream. 45 years and still going strong. Come on down to the Yeller Sub, official sandwich of ProView Networks.
Hi, my name is Daniel Chavez, and this is my business partner, David Chavez. We are the owners of Indeed Safety. Indeed Safety is a local safety consulting company helping our clients with their safety needs for their projects.
One of the things we pride ourselves as a construction safety company is helping our men and women in construction get home safe every day to their families. Indeed Safety is a proud supporter of ProView Network.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
I might not be in the cage as much anymore. Just like riding a bicycle, I can pick up the fight from where I left off. I'm not some slick-haired outsider posing with...
Another national champion. I mean, the way they're racking them up at the University of New Mexico, holy bleep. Do the athletes get to keep their trophy, right? They don't go in the trophy case for the individual. The team trophies go in the trophy case. Like Pamela Koski, she gets to keep her trophy, I'm going to assume. 2 days ago, Ishmael Kipkouri and Hampton Samuel swept 1-2 men's 10,000 meters at the NCAA championships in Eugene, Oregon. University of New Mexico, 1-2, turquoise. National champions yesterday. Pamela Koski started with the pack, took off, set a meet record 31 minutes, 17.82 seconds, won the first championship in that event for UNM since Winnie Kaladi did it in 2019. That's not 1919 like the Canadians thing I said earlier. This is really 2019. JJ, they're having a couple of days up there. Today they got the 5,000 meters for the men, and they get another opportunity. But like I'm not gonna lie. When Joe Franklin left, he went to Louisville, right? The track and field and cross country coach a couple of years ago. I'm like, wow, how are they going to figure this thing out? And obviously they have. And this thing is kept rolling and rolling and rolling. I'm impressed, man. I'm not going to lie. I'm impressed by what's going on at the NCAA Collegiate Championships.
Yeah, who would have thought at the 10,000 meters owned by the New Mexico Lobos?
Yeah.
Crushing it.
Just killing it. And they're in position to do great things team-wise as well. 10,000 divided by 400. It's 25 laps. But who's counting? Well, somebody better be counting, by the way. But they just dominated. They just dominated. She said, it feels good. My teammates, the three of us in the 10,000 were first and second. I was first. Thank my coach for the good training he gives us. She rolled, man. So the Lobos are rolling the NCAA, and Fred will call you, give you the update, what I just told you here coming up, whenever he bought his segment. But you'll get that. All right, so that continues, and you'll get more of that. The track and field today, the 5,000 meters. JJ, Antonio Brown at one point was one of the best receivers in the National Football League, correct?
Yes, he was.
Antonio Brown, was the last time we saw him on the field was when he was in Tampa and he ripped his uniform off and walked off shirtless?
Ran off the field shirtless.
Right? That was the last time.
That was the last time we saw Antonio Brown.
Was that 3 years ago now? It feels like a long time ago.
Yeah, because Tom Brady was throwing him football, right?
Yeah, that's when he turned on Tom Brady, who basically saved him one of the times. I think that's right. Antonio Brown is now facing a warrant. The police are looking for Antonio Brown on a charge of attempted murder. The charge, it's just wild. Addie came home last night, and she's like, how about the Antonio Brown thing? I'm like, what are you talking about? It's like, I just got the alert on my phone, like my kid's giving me this news now, which is beautiful. The charge stems from a shooting in which he was allegedly involved. Well, wow, where was he? God, he must have been at something really, really, what was he doing? At a celebrity boxing event in Miami last month. According to this warrant, it shows a charge of attempted murder with a firearm. It instructs him to post a $10,000 bond and remain on house arrest until the trial, according to the Washington Post. He was detained by police after gunshots were fired at this event. It was hosted by, are you familiar with online streamer Aiden Ross? I am not, nor are you. He was seen on video fighting with several people on a video that was posted on social media. On that video, gunshots were clearly heard after the altercation. Police released Antonio Brown right after that. He went to social media the following day and posted this, quote, how did we not hear about any of this? If this happened, like, when did this happen? A month ago? Last month. Quote, Antonio Brown on social media about the incident. I was jumped by multiple individuals who tried to steal my jewelry and cause physical harm to me. Contrary to some videos circulating, police temporarily detained me until they received my side of the story, then released me. I went home that night and was not arrested. That's all in caps. I will be talking to my legal counsel and attorneys on pressing charges on the individuals that jumped me. End of quote. According to this warrant that's out now, witnesses told police officers that Antonio Brown was the shooter. They found 2 shell casings at the scene. Brown evidently was unarmed at the time he was detained. However, the man he allegedly punched during the altercation told the police that Antonio Brown, quote, began to run toward me with a firearm, end quote, after the fight had been broken up. Shot him twice. If he was unarmed, this sounds sketchy to me, dude. I mean,
you think?
But everything about
celebrity boxing match.
Fair. On that surveillance video, that man also said that he has known Antonio Brown since 2022. So whatever. All right, there you go. Who wants to sign Antonio? Oh, but he can still play, Jeff. He's still, didn't he try to get back in the league last year?
I don't know if there's a strong push for it from anyone, but he's one of those guys that for a moment it was, I just don't understand him. This, that. No, this guy is just
I can
nuts.
kind of get it. Yeah.
He's just nuts.
And it's always the victim, and it's always someone else, and it's always, misunderstood. And I'm going to tell you, man, video usually doesn't lie. Video usually doesn't lie. Remember back, it was 2020. That's 5 years ago already. It doesn't seem that way. He pleaded no contest to felony burglary with battery charges. There were 2 lesser misdemeanor charges. There was that incident with that. Remember that the moving truck company outside his house? He didn't serve jail time, but he had 2 years of probation, 100 hours of community service. Wow. This dude was on the fast track to Canton. This dude was on the fast track to the Hall of Fame, one of the best receivers in the league, as fast as anybody was. Really, 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 really good wide receiver. I'm going to stop just short of great, but really, 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 really good. 6th-round pick out of Central Michigan. Turned into a star in the NFL. And now, he's a TMZ star. It's crazy, man. Like, dudes just lose their stuff. Allegedly. All right, 505-246-0610. Emails come in this morning, Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com and JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. When we get back, I'll get you the latest on what's going on at camps. Mini camps are open. It's not all about who's not there, although it's partially a lot about who's not in camp. And the Patriots are going to pay tribute to Tommy. And they're going to do it on August 8th. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Hour.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit HansWhitlerAuto.com. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep. All your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
Got shots? Got shots? Got shots?
During Got Shots, participating providers open their doors for any child who presents for immunizations, regardless of whether they are a patient or whether they have insurance.
The Yeller Sub, located on 7200 Montgomery Boulevard, serves breakfast all day long along with classic hot and cold subs. Don't forget about our shakes, malts and floats made with your favorite Blue Bell ice cream. 45 years and still going strong. Come on down to the Yeller Sub, official sandwich of ProView Networks.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
I'm David C. Chavez, personal injury attorney. For over 4 decades, our law firm has remained steadfast in our commitment to serve.
Camp. That one I feel like is going to drag until Cincinnati realizes you really don't get to rewrite all the contracts.
Yeah, there's actually a good chunk of players unsigned right now, including the majority of the second round. There's 4 of the first round picks, but those other contract negotiations have not resulted in players leaving camp.
But those ones aren't trying to change the language.
No, the only
right?
one that it's the player that could be looking for a different type of deal is Travis Hunter, going in that because he's playing both sides of the football.
Yeah,
but it's not one. And the second rounders are, because the first 2 picks of the second round received fully guaranteed contracts, and that has never happened.
The first 2 picks of the second round?
And
so, I explain that why. Like, why they cut it off there?
No,
the
teams, the first 2 picks, the teams just decided to give those guys fully guaranteed deals.
The first 2 rounds? Or the first
2 picks of the second round.
That's crazy. Okay.
And so that is why right now 30 players in the second round haven't signed a deal.
Because they're not guaranteed.
So that's the only other issue is the second round contracts. But this one for the Bengals is the only first round issue that's playing out this way.
And again, if you're not familiar with this, what Shamar Stewart is claiming is the Bengals are trying to put language in there that basically doesn't guarantee his money, if he gets hurt or anything. Eliminate a lot of the language.
Guaranteed money if he gets hurt.
Yeah, it eliminates language that's in all the existing contracts. They're trying to be the Bengals. I mean, you get reputations for a reason, right? And I told you this the other day, and I firmly believe this. As much as I try to stay away from cliches become cliches, or reputations become reputations, typically based on fact, right? Based on things that have happened, on pattern. And the Bengals have a reputation of being cheap. Well, we're not cheap. We just paid Jamar Chase, and we just paid T. Higgins, and we paid our quarterback Joe Burrow. Yeah, but what you're trying to go do here is unprecedented. And I hear you when you tell me just because everyone else does it that way doesn't mean we have to do it that way. Okay, But there's a way to do it. And by the way, the young man doesn't have to sign his deal. You want your second round pick in camp and you need this edge rusher. You were horrible defensively. Right? I mean, you wasted Joe Burrow in an MVP caliber season. You didn't even make the playoffs. I don't know. You define wasting Joe Burrow.
Yeah, and this is something that is going to go nowhere with every player. Voiding guaranteed money in a contract. And they would just want him to be the guinea pig. Yeah, that's not going to work out.
Stewart was asked Tuesday how long he thought this was going to last, the holdout. He said that he's not seeking anything different or anything unique from previous Bengals draft picks. Quote, in my case, I'm 100% right. I'm not asking for nothing that's never been done before. You're not grammatically right, but okay. But in the team's case, y'all just want to win an argument instead of winning more games, in my opinion. End quote. They want to win arguments and not win games. He was asked yesterday, the head coach was asked yesterday, Zach Taylor, about Shamar Stewart's criticism of the front office. And the head coach said the two had good communication after those comments were made. This is the coach now. Number one, we want to protect our team in the locker room. I understand when there's frustration there. That's how he chose to do it, and that's his prerogative, and we look forward to getting him back in the fold, end quote. I mean, dude, people are really good at saying stuff and saying nothing, speaking and saying nothing.
It's an art.
It is an art. No, it is. And, I mean, we've had guests on recently that are really good at that. It is an art. No, I'm here. I'll ask me anything you want. Then I'll, talk around. This one's. I mean, the Bengals at some point are going to have to, I think, acquiesce on this one. August 8th seems like a weird date, but that's when there'll be a preseason game. Patriots and Commanders. Is it weird that the Patriots are unveiling a statue of Tom Brady at a preseason game as opposed to like something that matters? It feels weird to me. It gets lost in the middle of summer. It's Tom freaking Brady. It's a statue.
I think you could have two different things.
All right.
Like if there's a statue, it's built in this place. You're just going to keep it covered. You could unveil it, but then have a regular season ceremony.
Yeah, that's fair.
For Tom Brady.
Yeah, totally fair. All right. Yesterday was June 12th, right? 6/12. The team, being the Patriots, announced yesterday that June 12th, 6/12, is known as Tom Brady Day. Represents the number of Super Bowl championships Brady won with the team and his jersey number 12. There will be a 12-foot bronze statue, and they announced this back in June of last year, that's going to go up in the plaza. It'll stand alone in the plaza outside the Hall of Fame to symbolize his position, not as the greatest in franchise history, but as the greatest of all time, according to Robert Kraft. All right. I got no problem with them creating statues. I think it was Susana Martinez, and she wasn't wrong when she was governor. Said be very careful about naming things or putting up statues for living people. I think living people get statues, right? Kobe had one before he passed. Shaq's got one. Magic's got one all outside the Staples, or what is it now? Crypto.com. You good with statues? Because I am.
Yeah. They're in the fine category.
They're in the fine, yeah.
Not like wowed one way or the other.
I'm 100% with you on it. Yeah, that's cool. All right. I mean, how many you go by? Oh, look, there's the Tom Brady statue. How many statues in there? There's one literally I drive by every day right here at Civic Plaza. And I should know, and I don't. I drive literally right here on the corner. And I probably drive by it every day. No idea who the statue is of. But I'm sure back in the day when it was made, it was a big deal. And I'm good with it. You know what? Let the person who you're honoring enjoy the honor of having a statue. I know what I did I did that Patriot walk in Boston, and statue after statue of dudes from the 1800s, and you're like, that's cool, and I'm sure it was cool when they were made. I don't have a problem with statues. It's kind of weird. Right? It commemorates people. But I drive by, I have no, it's kind of like I drive on Juan Tabo, and I've lived here 29 years. I don't know who Juan Tabo is. We've looked it up a bunch of times. Do you know who Juan Tabo is? We looked up like probably 15 times. And Addie's told me while we're sitting in the car, she was reading it off the Google. I don't know. All right, we'll talk some golf with Ben Gasparich, the pro at Sandy Golf Club, coming up at 8:30. Kenny Thomas is going to join us, the former Lobo All-America. Talk some hoop coming up at 9 o'clock. We'll kick it with Kenny. When we come back, we got a big one tonight. We'll get you ready for Pacers and Thunder. A lot of pressure on the team you didn't think was going to have any pressure. How do they respond tonight? How do you respond to all the property crime going on in our city? I responded by calling IPS, International Protective Service. It's affordable private security. They monitor my home. They patrol my home. When I'm out of town, they come by, pick up a package that's delivered on the porch, or pick up mail, newspaper if you like. They'll roll the garbage cans to the curb and back on garbage day. If your alarm goes off, they're there within 7 minutes or less. The police, because of the officer shortage, could take hours or days. They might not even show up. You've worked way too hard to build what you've got. Your home, your business is important to you, and it should be. Call IPS and protect it. They offer standing guards if you need eyes on your property around the clock. They will install alarms, camera systems. They've got a state-of-the-art facility monitoring those cameras 24/7. This all raises the level of security around your home and your business. So who's watching your home when you're not there? Make sure it's the good guys and not the bad guys. Call IPS, see what they can do for you. 505-897-2420. 505-897-2420. They are online at ipsglobal.com.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
Tonight, Pacers Thunder, Game 4. It's not on Peacock, it's on ABC. You can still watch it. Oklahoma City, who was a 5.5-point favorite in the last game, in which they lost. So they lost the last game. This is where logic meets betting, and it goes all out the window. So, JJ, they were a 5.5-point favorite in the last game. They lost the last game relatively significantly, and so the spread goes up a point. They're 6.5-point favorites tonight. Vegas is basically saying they are desperate, they are better, they have to win. It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta, J. Buck. 505-246-0610. Thanks for finding us on AM 610 and on the stream and on our app and on the website and however it is you found us today. I know sometimes you got to work around a little bit and apologize for what's for the issues we're having on the FM. I know our engineering staff and everybody involved is working on that, and got your emails, got your texts. All I can say is we're working on it.
Well, we can't do anything, unfortunately.
Well, you and I aren't working on it, but yeah, I mean,
they cut fiber lines.
Yeah.
So that's not a switch that engineers are going to be able to flip.
Yeah. No, this one may take a minute. So, all right. You like Oklahoma City? I mean, everybody. I think I do too. Everybody likes Oklahoma City tonight, right? So,
does it have a Game 2 feel?
Well, it does. But I'm just telling you, man. When everybody's going one way, I kind of want to go the other again.
Yeah, both these teams have been unbelievable after losses for the last, 6 months now. We're here in the NBA Finals. And I am hoping that the trend isn't Indiana gets a game, we talk up the Pacers, and then they get blown out.
And it could be.
I want to see, again, a compelling game in which it's not a double-digit deficit early for the Pacers. I still think that OKC has that level they can get to, but I think what we saw the last game, that could be really a jumping point for more consistency from the Pacers. But it's just what we've seen from both these teams. They have the ability to respond after a loss, and I just hope, just from a fan watching it, that it's not one of those OKC runs away by 20 games that, OK responds, but we get ourselves an entertaining fourth quarter.
Yeah, where's the hockey, right? I've almost talked myself into a position where I think Indiana can win the series. And I was not nearly as adamant on they don't belong here as everybody else was when we started, right? And I never ever for 1 second bought into the sweep talk, but I thought Oklahoma City in 6. I'm not ready to jump. Look, if they go 3-1, I guess I might be, like a lot of people might be, which I think is chicken bleep. So I kind of want to make JJ, I've almost gotten to the point where I can convince myself that I think Oklahoma City's better, but I think Indiana can win. You're not there yet either, right? I'm not sure I am yet. Because I think we all think Oklahoma City's better. But I've decided.
I think tonight is the moment for me if Indiana can come out, not find themselves down 15 points at halftime, really show consistency, because they've been the second best team in basketball record-wise behind OKC. They should be at that level. And I want to see the Pacers respond in that way, where it's not just this ebb and flow, because it's been the same thing for both games. They don't lose 2 games in a row. But I don't want the loss to be by 25 points, because then you're just going back going, it's the Pacers. I don't know. No, they're here.
They're here.
And they can win this series.
Yeah. The talk was they can't get down by 15 every time and keep coming back and winning. And so they didn't do that last game. I agree with you. That was the key. And you said going into, what was it, Tuesday night, whatever night it was, they can't get down by 15, 20. They just can't. And the response would be, well, look at them. They've been doing it all. Yeah, but you just run out of money at some point, right? You just run. You go broke doing that. Especially against a really good team who maybe you caught them by surprise in game 1, maybe. And I don't think you did. I think you outplayed them. But against a really good team like Oklahoma City, I'm looking at this. I'm looking forward to having the conversation with Kenny, because I'm almost there. Well, I am there that they can win the series, but I'm teetering now, and I know you're have an opinion. I do, man, I do, and the opinion shifted from Oklahoma City in 6 because I think they're better, but Indiana's good enough that they're not going to get swept. And they're too damn proud. And they're too damn good to. I don't know, man. This what you said weeks ago, this team of destiny thing, starting to feel super real to me. And as good as I think Oklahoma City is, and by the way, everybody who had that dynasty talk is going to have to sit on that for another year until the next great team comes along next year.
Let's save that for the few days after the finals is over.
Yeah. But what I tell you,
I'll put that in the show rundown a few days after the finals to kill a segment.
What was I say? Don't you have to win one before we start talking dynasty?
Usually helps to get 1, because that's then how you get 2, 3.
What did I read yesterday? Somebody asked,
not 5, not 6.
Yes. Somebody, I was listening to something yesterday, and I asked him, how do you win 2 in a row? Well, you got to win the first one. What's the key to winning 2 in a row? Well, winning the first one. Yeah, what's the key to being a dynasty? Winning 1. I don't know, man. Where are you all? Like, where are you on this series? Have you gotten to a point where you believe Indiana can win this thing? Because, I mean, I'm at the point where they absolutely can. I'm not at the point where I'm ready to say they will, but it won't surprise me, let alone shock me. And I know there's going to be people out there who's going to be stunned. How did this happen? Oklahoma City's so much better. I don't know, man. I got eyes. And I love what Indiana did defensively on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And I expect them to do the same thing. And now it's on Mark Daigneault and Oklahoma City's coaching staff to figure out a way to take some pressure off of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, maybe get him some rest, and B, find a way to get him open and get him some shots. He was 9 out of 20 last game. He was harassed for 42 minutes because that's how many he played. And now that Indiana did to him what Oklahoma City's been doing to Tyrese Halliburton, make somebody else beat me. And they did a hell of a job with it. But he had, 24, whatever he had the other night? I'll live with 24 as opposed to 39. Make somebody else beat me. I thought what they did is what we were screaming for. It's easy to sit in the studio and scream about it. It's another thing to go out there and do it, and I thought they did it really well. And what are you doing, right? Defensively, aren't you? Make someone else beat me.
throw multiple bodies at him. I love when, TJ McConnell comes in and picks up full court, because that's actually outside of the defense. It's just something, I was watching a clip about him that when he was coming up in the league, he's like, how do I set myself apart? And he's like, I'm going to be a guy that picks up everyone full court. And he had 5 steals last game. And that's what is going to keep the Pacers in this series. If they win, it's going to be because of what they do defensively.
Yep. And that's how you make a difference. You become a pest. A little movement at the top of the leaderboard. Oh, look at that name is moving up. Give you an update on the U.S. Open. Ben Gasperich, the head professional PGA Pro at San Diego Golf Club, is going to join us at 8:30. We'll talk some golf, get you a golf tip. Kick it with Kenny Thomas at 9. Talk hoops with the former Lobo great on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
The Yeller Sub, located on 7200 Montgomery Boulevard, serves breakfast all day long along with classic hot and cold subs. Don't forget about our shakes, malts and floats made with your favorite Blue Bell ice cream. 45 years and still going strong. Come on down to the Yeller Sub, official sandwich of ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
I might not be in the cage as much anymore. Just like riding a bicycle, I can pick up the fight from where I left off. I'm not some slick-haired outsider posing with borrowed gloves. I grew up here. New Mexico is in my blood. I'm a New Mexican fighting for other New Mexicans. I'm Adam Oki. I'll be your champion in the courtroom.
Hi, my name is Daniel Chavez, and this is my business partner, David Chavez. We are the owners of Indeed Safety. Indeed Safety is a local safety consulting company helping our clients with their safety needs for their projects.
One of the things we pride ourselves as a construction safety company is helping our men and women in construction get home safe every day to their families. Indeed Safety is a proud supporter of ProView Network.
Got shots? Got shots? Got shots?
During Got Shots, participating providers open their doors for any child who presents for immunizations, regardless of whether they are a patient or whether they have insurance.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
You followed him from the first day he signed with the team. You remember the day he poured in 63 points? The night he played a sold-out concert to 30,000 people. The day he gave his infamous speech. That's why you believe in heroes. That's why you remember and collect their memorabilia. All in autographs, where you can meet some of the greats, collect some of the greats and share your own legacy. Visit All In Autographs, where you can celebrate the great and have your own piece of history.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sports shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico.
Half-point road favorite tonight. Meanwhile, the hockey was spectacular last night. Game 4, Stanley Cup final in Sunrise, Florida. The Panthers, who were up 2-1, the home team, went up 3-0 in the first period. First intermission. After winning 6-1, this was over. And then Edmonton came back with 3 goals in the second. Went up 4-3 in the third. Panthers tied it with 19 and a half seconds to go in the third period. 4-4 into overtime. Leon Draisaitl. By the way, both teams had hit the post before that, right? Both teams in overtime. Both teams with the puck hit the post in overtime. And then Leon Draisaitl with the winner. Opening drive, Jeff Symbieta, J.J. Buck. The Oilers were up now. Even the series 2-2. U.S. Open is underway at Oakmont, round 2. Brooks Koepka just moved back. So he chipped in for birdie on his 8th hole. He's playing the backside first. He chipped in on 17 to go to 3 under par, 1 stroke off the lead, and then made bogey on 18. He's got 3 bogeys and 3 birdies on 9 holes. That's what Oakmont is. J.J. Spahn's your leader at -4. He'll tee off at 10:52. Thurston Lawrence is in second place at -3. Brooks Koepka was making a move this morning, tied with Siwoo Kim at -2. Sam Burns, Victor Hovland, Ben Griffin, and Thomas Dietrich at -1. Pamela Koski won the 10,000 meters at the NCAA Championship. The Lobos set a meet record of 31 minutes, 17.82 seconds. And another national championship for UNM. And JJ, we were talking about Tom Brady's statue that will be unveiled in Foxborough. And I said, it feels like a waste to do it at a preseason game on August 8th, in the middle of the summer. Jeff Grammer sent me a text on this. It says, highly important comment here. The Patriots only have 1 preseason game at home, and their regular season opener at home is against the Raiders. Tom Brady can't be there because of his ownership stake with the Raiders, so I believe that's why they're doing the preseason game. Did not know that context.
And if the Patriots are not in prime time, Brady's calling games on Sunday.
Another really good point. How could he be there? All right, fair. It's totally fair. I didn't realize the convergence of circumstances. Still feels like a missed opportunity, and it gets lost on August 8th or 9th or whatever. But fair enough. He's calling games, and he's an owner of the other. He's very, very busy.
Very, very busy.
All right, I understand now. Still feels like it's going to get lost on August 8th or 9th or whatever, but okay, I got it. Tommy gets his trophy. I got you. All right, here's how to get in today. 505-246-0610. 246. I already did Fred's segment. He doesn't get one. He's on every damn day. I'm not taking his call today. I already gave the Pamela Koski update. She won. She ran away from the pack. She lapped other people. She won 31 minutes, 17.82 seconds. First Lobo woman since Weenie Kalati in 2019 to win a national championship. I don't know, Fred. What else did I miss in your segment? Anything else? Hello, Fred.
You did miss something very important.
What did I miss?
You want me to tell you what it is?
Well, yeah. No. Keep me hanging.
No, I think Samuel and Kim Curry is going to win tonight in the 10,000 final. But
that's what I missed.
The most important win before that is the 3,000 steeplechase, where Matthew Koski is the favorite, and that's important to win. That gives us 10 more points. So with the 18 and 18, 36, and 10 more is 46 points. Shoot, that's going to get us in the top 3. Is that amazing with all the big shots? If Matthew Koski is going to be running against, I think the guy's name is Corrigan from BYU and a couple other really good athletes, but I think our guy has the best time so far in the nation, so he's probably got to be one of the favorites.
Yes.
And so anyway, I just want to mention that in case anybody wants to watch tonight. 6:24 is the steeplechase, and 7:55 is the 5,000 finals. And you already said everything about.
And it's not on Peacock,
Koski, but
yeah, it's
winning by 15 seconds is incredible. It's incredible. So.
All right.
Okay, that's my
I appreciate
UNM track and field.
Yeah, yep. All right, checks in the mail. Appreciate you.
Okay.
Thank you.
See ya.
All right, that was a lot of ifs and math. Like a lot of ifs and a lot of
Ifs,
math.
nuts, candy, butt.
And math. But yeah, no, they're favorites. And if they sweep the 5,000, and if Koski wins the steeplechase, yeah, they're in great position to podium, which would be terrific for this track and field program to podium at the national championships. It'd be insane. I didn't miss it yet, though. I mean, I didn't preview tonight, I imagine, right? But okay. Lobo Hobo says, Jeff, the emailer, I love the idea of you staying home one day and emailing your own show. I guess if you missed it earlier, the golf early today is on Peacock. I'm like, wait, what? And I started to sound like one of our emailers. What do you mean I got to get that streaming service to watch Thursday Night Football? What do you mean I got to get Peacock to watch the U.S. Open? I caught myself. Fair enough. Carl says, can you play the $6 Million Man theme, Jeff? If Steve Austin could be rebuilt in 1973, then in 2025, why can't we rebuild Tiger Woods to be stronger and faster so Carl could care about golf again? I don't know, Carl. I feel for you. Because I don't know that you cared about golf. You cared about Tiger, right? Because golf is pretty cool right now. There's some really, 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 really dynamic players. I get it. Tiger Woods was transcending, was different, was, I don't know, was he Michael Jordan? Was he, what was he? Right? He was LeBron, Michael, maybe Ohtani, right? Tom Brady, maybe. Oh, we forgot to say Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift were at the hockey game last night. That was requisite as well. I almost feel for Carl, like, because he thinks he likes golf, but he really only was a Tiger fan, which is cool. Again, but it feels like he's empty, doesn't it? With all these emails,
something's missing.
Something's missing. Yeah. All right, you ready for this one? Here's the theme. Gene says, Jeff, why do we need NIL again? Or why do we need NIL again, Jeff? As superstar Ken Sickinger pointed out today, you have way more players than positions available. And every one of those dudes was probably hyped at one time on shows just like this one. You shouldn't need to pay money to put together a quality roster. Okay, you try that. Basically what he's saying is let's just take the leftovers. Let everybody else pay them. We'll take the leftovers. There's plenty of guys who want to play. Give them a scholarship. Go ahead and try it. See how that works for you. Yeah, you'll field the team, don't you think? You'll have enough dudes, I think.
You're not going to win a conference championship.
You're going to win squat. You'll be lucky to win a couple games, and you're going to complain why you're no good. You might as well just pay your coach bottom of the rung, too.
Save all this money for a bunch of losses, fans not showing up, not buying tickets, but it's better. Things have changed. You don't like it, so be it. Nothing's going to make you feel better.
Okay, I got a real question. And I guess maybe Gene or those of you who are really upset about the money thing, and I understand it. Look, I'm not looking to go broke, and I'm not looking to just spend, my mom told me yesterday, those are your taxpayer dollars. Oh, okay. My taxpayer dollars go to a lot of things. I'm not sure my money went to exactly that, but okay. Why do people care so much about how much money's? It's like you're getting your taxpayer dollars are going wherever. Why do people lose their mind when it's not their money? money, and you're going to tell me it is your money, and I get it. Theoretically, it's public money, it's taxpayer money. Does it directly affect people if your point guard's making some money, or there's donations? Some of it's private donations, a lot of it's private money. Why does it bother people so much that they spend money on athletics? Like theoretically, why the people who are so upset that players are getting paid, the coaches are getting paid, you're putting money into NIL or facilities, or whatever it happens to be. Why does it bother people so much?
Is it because of the facade that college athletics is amateurism, so it shouldn't take money or that much money to operate the system?
It's still a business, right? And you have to pay to operate within your market, right? Like, is anybody's life affected because Donovan Dent was making $500,000, whatever he was making? Is anybody's life affected because the quarterback's going to get X number of dollars?
Sure led to some positive moments.
Yeah, you enjoy it when they win. I understand wanting to be fiscally responsible, and I'm all about that. And I don't want to spend frivolously or in a way that doesn't make sense or is not smart. And I understand it's your taxpayer dollars. You're paying for it. Okay. Yeah. But I've never understood, like, the people who get so upset. Is it because maybe they're making more than you or me? Their window for this is really, really small. And now they're being compensated. But do you think that's where it stems from? He's a damn college kid. He's making $500,000, and I'm working my ass off and making this. I mean, there's part of that, right? Don't you think? Especially the old school. I don't totally understand why people are so totally upset that you spend money on athletics. I love your thoughts, and I'm listening to you. I'm not mad at you. 505-246-0610. John Thomas Jewelers is my jeweler. You spend money there. I do. Getting engaged, looking for a gift. The engagement ring thing is crazy, right? You never know what's right. How do you know what's right? How do you know what she's going to love? You want her to love it forever. John Thomas Jewelers has created the no regrets ring. Listen to this. Any ring you buy with them, any ring you design with them, and you go there and you design it, you see the ring in 3D, you get a preview 3D wax printed ring before they make it out of precious metals to see exactly what it is. What you make this thing. It's beautiful. On site, right there. Then if you give it to her and she wants something different, you got an entire year to exchange that and redesign it after you propose. There's no penalty, even on custom-made rings. Their rings come with a free lifetime nationwide warranty. Their diamonds are hand-selected in Antwerp, Belgium, the diamond capital of the world. It is the no-regrets ring, and it's only at John Thomas Jewelers. They're my jeweler. You got a lot going on, man. There's graduations. Maybe there's still some graduations going. Father's Day is this weekend. You want an anniversary gift. You want a wow gift. Maybe just something for yourself. Go by and see why John Thomas Jewelers is my jeweler. Why they've been voted the best jeweler in Albuquerque 4 straight years and one of the coolest jewelry stores in America. John Thomas Jewelers is my jeweler. They'll be yours as well. 2440 Louisiana Northeast, Suite 310. It's on the 3rd floor of the Lewis University building on Louisiana, 1 block south of Banal. It's John Thomas Jewelers, where Albuquerque gets engaged.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit hanswhitlerauto.com.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
I'm David C. Chavez, personal injury attorney. For over 4 decades, our law firm has remained steadfast in our commitment to serving the remarkable people of New Mexico that have been injured through no fault of their own. I'm a New Mexican fighting for New Mexicans. I received my bachelor's degree at NMSU and earned my law degree at UNC.
We got a sweet deal coming up for you here in a few minutes. You're going to like this one. You always like this one. 505-246-0610. Emails Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com. I know I asked the question. Why do people... You can help me. I'm not mad at you. I just sometimes I don't understand. I not about spending frivolously, irresponsibly. I am pretty fiscally aware. But I never understand completely why people lose their mind at any notion of spending money on athletics or on athletes. Rudy, good morning. You're on the Sports Animal. Hi, Rudy.
Hey, Jeff. Pardon me while I rant a little bit. So how much money did we spend on the Rail Runner? $252 million. How many times have you been on the Rail Runner, Jeff?
A few, but I mean, people lost their mind at that too. And you and I disagree on the Rail Runner. I think the Rail Runner's been good, and a lot of people utilize it. And I know.
How about $250 million for the spaceport? How many times you been out there?
None, and that one's an interesting one.
Okay. How about $13 million sunk into a visitor center that not one person has visited.
Yeah, I don't know about that. But I hear, I see your point.
It's this visitor center that was touted to be the greatest thing since sliced bread, and here's people sinking money into this place. It's not even off a freeway exit. It's a mile from any place.
I don't know.
It's somebody's brother-in-law. Just follow the money. Here's the thing about athletics, and the guy that is railing on that, then he doesn't like athletics. But I do, and here's why. It's egalitarian. All you need is a ticket to get in. And a lot of times people have extra tickets. If you really want to go to a Lobo game, you can find a way in. Those facilities are for anybody and everybody. They don't benefit one particular person over another. And if we would have spent $500 million on infrastructure for sports at our universities, we'd be a lot further along than we are right now. I guarantee it. It's not just a cliche from a movie. And while we're at it, look at what we do on shoestring budgets. We win national championships at New Mexico. Another one. Stick another national championship up on the tote board for the Mountain West Conference.
No.
And who knows? I fully expect Ishmael and Hapton to go 1-2 tonight in the 5,000.
They could.
Yep.
Absolutely could.
I'm with Fred. Would that be unbelievable? You end up, if you just even get points at the national championships, that's a big deal, especially for a quote-unquote low resource. Imagine if we had resources. Imagine if people showed up to games and packed that football stadium.
Yep. It's about. I get it.
I can dream.
Yeah. I think your answer to me is, if it's not something you're interested in, it bothers you, right? People got really upset about the rail runner and the spaceport as well because it's not something that they saw the vision in. I'm not sure the spaceport has returned the economic impact that it was expected to. And it's the same thing if you're not into athletics and you don't understand it, it bothers you, right? I guess that's the answer.
But then don't get on a sports talk show and rail like you're the old man, get off my lawn. If you don't like it, you don't have to participate in it. But the people that do, it's just stealing joy from people who find joy in this.
Understood.
Did Fred seem pretty joyful this morning to you?
Every morning this week, man. He's been talking about winners.
It means something to people, and as long as we do that, I think we're on the right track. I mean, frankly, I don't want to get political, but the next governor needs to start supporting the University of New Mexico, the University of New Mexico State, and all these institutions that are doing something, that are trying to be the front porch. Look at how much national recognition
No, you're right.
UNM just got for winning national championships in track and field.
Yep.
At arguably the greatest spot for track and field in the world.
It is.
It's right there at Hayward Field.
Up in Oregon. All right, I got to go. Appreciate you.
Okay.
Appreciate you. All right, I got a sweet deal for you. You're going to love this one because you do all the time. It is Tomasitas. It is your favorite spot. Traditional New Mexican cuisine for over 50 years because they don't mess with the chili. They got happy hour in the bar Monday through Thursday. Starts at 11 in the morning. That's happy hours. Goes all the way to 6. Put them on your lunch routine, quick, convenient lunches. George is here to tell you about our sweet deal because if you go to our website, sportsanimалabq.com at 9 o'clock, click on the sweet deal icon, you are going to get, what are we doing, 50 for 25. 25 bucks gets you $50. Hello, George. How you living?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Well, I'm hungry. I want to get myself the Tomasitas. I'm thinking about lunch. I'm thinking about which what am I going to order? Is it going to be enchiladas? Is it going to be the burrito? What am I having? And I'm hitting happy hour. I mean, that's how I am. But thanks for asking.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Are you a father?
I am.
Come over to Tomasitas on Father's Day. Get yourself a nice big roast beef burrito, Christmas with hatch, red and green chili. That's my suggestion.
Okay. All right. I think that might be done. A brisket burrito. All right, I'm down with that. Tell me what you got going on because everybody loves it. Look, your spot is everybody knows. In fact, I'll tell you this. Right after the New Mexico Bowl last year, the Isleta New Mexico Bowl, I had what are we going to do? We're going back to the hotel for my staff, and I had one of the bosses in from ESPN, and we went over to your place. It was packed, and we loaded up on Tomasitas. So she's like, oh, my goodness, this is what you guys have been telling me about, this red and green? Yes, we did Tomasitas right after the game. See? Showing you off to the big dogs at ESPN. Just say.
Excellent.
Yeah. 50 years old. How'd you make it 50 years?
You know what? A lot of hard work and a little bit of luck, but, we got a great staff. The place was founded by my mother in 1974. I was a little 6-year-old boy, and I've been in that restaurant pretty much my whole life.
Well, you're killing it, and everybody loves it. And Father's Day burrito is the brisket burrito. Smothered.
Roast beef, my friend.
Oh, did you say roast beef? Yeah, that's right. Roast beef. That's what I'm going to have. All right. Anything else we got to know other than get yourself over there, enjoy the happy hour from 11 to 6, and lunch every single day, quick, convenient, delicious, and we got a sweet deal today.
Absolutely.
All right, George, it's great to hear you. You a father?
I am.
Happy Father's Day. Happy Father. That's the greatest thing ever. Happy Father's Day to you. Enjoy it. Always appreciate you being part of what we do. Thank you, George.
Thank you. Take care.
You as well. Tomasitas is your sweet deal. Go to our website, sportsanimалabq.com. 9 o'clock, click on the sweet deal icon. $25 gets you $50 to spend at Tomasitas. When we come back, Ben Gasparich? No, Ben Gasparich, the head PGA professional at the San Diego Golf Club, is going to be with us. Talk to him about the PGA Championship, why it's so damn hard, and get you a golf tip. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This report brought to you by Quality.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
I might not be in the cage as much anymore. Just like riding a bicycle, I can pick up the fight from where I left off. I'm not some slick-haired outsider posing with borrowed gloves. I grew up here. New Mexico is in my blood. I'm a New Mexican fighting for other New Mexicans. I'm Adam Oki. I'll be your champion in the courtroom.
Hi, my name is Daniel Chavez, and this is my business partner, David Chavez. We are the owners of Indeed Safety. Indeed Safety is a local safety consulting company helping our clients with their safety needs for their projects.
One of the things we pride ourselves as a construction safety company is helping our men and women in construction get home safe every day to their families. Indy Safety is a proud supporter of ProView Network.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit hanswhitlerauto.com. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
Got shots? Got shots? Got shots?
During Got Shots, participating providers open their doors for any child who presents for immunizations, regardless of whether they are a patient or whether they have insurance.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1.
If you don't play and you just watch, and you watch, I don't know, pick your PGA Tour, the John Deere or something, and they go 22 under, you're like, God, these guys make it look easy. But once a year, you're reminded, because the U.S. Open sets it up where golf is hard. U.S. Open is underway at Oakmont, that is in Pennsylvania. There are 156 of the best golfers in the world who are on the golf course, and 8 of the 156 are under par. J.J. Spaun is your leader. He was 4 under yesterday. He'll tee off this morning at 10:52. -4. He's 4 under par. Thurston Lawrence is 3 under. Victor Hovland, Siwoo Kim are -2. Brooks Koepka's in the group at minus. Actually, Brooksy has fallen J.J. all the way down to even. He's bogeyed his last 3 holes. It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta, J.J. Buck. Check in now with our good friends over at San Diego Golf Club. Ben Gasprich is the head PGA professional. Good morning, Ben. How you living?
Boys, how we doing? I'm doing good. Golf
is hard, dude. If you needed to be reminded, turn on your TV.
It really is. It really is.
Do you enjoy this? And I'm going to preface this by, JJ and I were talking about this. I don't know that I need to see the U.S. Open every week. And I know there's some people who say, I don't want to watch guys chop. I do. It humanizes what I do on a regular basis on golf course. I'm like, I've done that, realizing that the course I do it on is not that hard. But I love the fact that if you miss a fairway, it's penal. If you miss a putt, you get penalized. Like, I love this tournament. It is the hardest test of golf every year. I don't know how you feel about it.
No, the same way, right? You don't want to see it, every week. We want to see these guys play well, but it makes them human. Like you said, it's we see these guys shoot 25, 30 under every week, and it's hard to relate to that as a normal golfer. And then we get to see them struggle and make double bogeys and look like they have never played this game before. And so it's fun, right? It's a U.S. Open. It's kind of that way. It's always that test. Is somebody going to shoot under par for the week? And I love it too. It's a great test of golf. It's a great golf course, and it really shows the patience and who has kind of that long game to be able to grind it out for 4 days and post a number.
Yeah, you saw Scotty Scheffler slamming the head of his club into the fairway, just aggravated. Rory taking swipes at the rough after chunking it 12 feet. It almost feels like if the players are complaining, the guys who set up the U.S. Open feel like they've done their job.
No, 100%. When it's that difficult of a golf course and difficult of a test, it's really hard for those guys to, keep their composure. That's usually the guy that kind of does figure out a way to win at the end of the week, is the guy that kind of just goes with the flow and lets it come to him. And you're going to make bogeys, you're going to make bad scores this week, and that's okay. It's who can kind of, go with the flow the most and take the punches and just be there come Sunday and have a chance on the back nine. So it'll be fun. The golf course, obviously, there's a lot of talk about it with the rough and everything and how fast and firm it is. And, even though a couple guys shoot under par day one, it's showing it, early and often. It's going to be a fun weekend.
Now, Ben, take me into the mindset on the tee box, knowing the way the rough is, just trying to stay focused and be able to hit fairways consistently.
Yeah, I think, with how thick the rough is and how, penal it is, it a little bit is, luck of the draw, right? How good of a lie you can draw if you do hit it in there. So I think that you see a lot of these guys, your fairways are going to be a premium. So you might see some of these guys hitting through woods and hitting irons off the tee, because hitting the fairway being 20, 30 yards back is much more important than hitting it 50 yards forward, but being in the rough. Or maybe you've seen that at past U.S. Opens when Bryson won. Maybe last year, I think it was more of a how far can you get it down there and just kind of play from the rough. Or this week, there's no playing from the rough. It's too thick, too penalizing. You're going to have to. The guy that's going to win is going to have to attack this golf course from the fairway for sure.
And one of the things we're saying too is, if you miss around the green, you can get there, be stuck for a while too in the rough. But just the mentality of when these guys think they hit a good shot, but then it rolls and rolls and rolls.
Yeah, for sure. That's the tough part about this golf course this week, is there's so many kind of runoff areas. It's fast, it's firm. I heard that the fringes are running at like 10.5, 11 on the centimeter, which is probably faster than any of your, local golf courses' normal greens. So it's going to be the person that can control their golf ball the best. And I think you're going to have holes where guys aren't going to control it and they're going to make, kind of scores, but it's the person that can kind of roll with the punches and control that golf ball. Because like you said, when you're going into a green or you're going into a, hitting a tee shot, there's that extra 5, 10, 15 yards of roll that you're not normally used to. And you got to account for it, because if you don't, then you're going to be in the rough and it's going to be a battle. And, it's going to be fun. Guys are going to make big numbers and struggle out there, but it'll be a great test of golf by the end of the week for sure.
Ben Gasperich is the head PGA professional at the San Diego Golf Club. He's with us on the Sports Animal. I was reminded yesterday that everybody isn't really aware, who doesn't follow golf, it doesn't understand the difference. Explain to the lay person why this course, this tournament is so much harder, and how you set it up, because I think people say, well, it's a golf course, man. Like, what's the difference? Go out and hit the ball. Explain to someone who doesn't really get it why this is so hard.
Yeah, I mean, you have, obviously it's another golf course, but when you have greens running at 16, 17 on the centimeter, how fast they are, which is...
That's like putting on your kitchen floor.
Oh, it really is. The ball, and you'll watch it this weekend, the ball just has a mind of its own. It just keeps kind of moving. If it has any sort of momentum, it's going to just keep moving. The fairways are running. They're firm. They're fast. They're running at 10s, 11s, which is, faster than any normal kind of course that you're used to as a normal golfer. So it's the control of the golf ball that makes this tournament, so hard. You have to be able to account for kind of the unpredictable a little bit because of the golf course is set up so, difficult and so hard, with the rough being as long as it is, with the greens and the fairways being as firm and as fast as they are. You have to obviously be playing well, but you also need to kind of have a little bit of luck and a little bit the right balance, the right kick. Maybe it stops when it really shouldn't, or maybe it keeps going when it could have stopped, kind of a thing when you're out there. And it's one of those things where, yes, the best player is probably going to win at the end of the week, but also the player that gets the kick here and there, kind of a thing. With how tough the conditions are, you're going to have a couple good breaks out there to win this week.
Or you jar it from 280 yards out and make a 2 on a par 5 and get an albatross like Patrick Reed did. I mean, you get your breaks too.
100%.
That's why this is my favorite tournament every year. It just is.
It really is.
I love the Masters. It kicks it off. I love the Open Championship because it's weather and all that. But this one to me is I don't know. It humanizes it. All right, what do you got as a golf tip to maybe help all of our games?
Yeah, so I got something more kind of putting, pitching, putting, chipping, kind of pitching, help kind of visualize some of these shots. I think it's hard for a lot of our amateur golfers when you got 50 yards and less to kind of see the shot, see what kind of shot we're trying to hit, because it's not a full swing. It's not a kind of a normal just swing that you can practice up on the driving range every day. So we take towel, tees, kind of any sort of thing that we can visualize, putting it down where we're trying to land the ball, because everyone looks at the pin.
Yes.
When we're hitting chip shots, when we're hitting pitch shots, everyone looks at the hole, which is great. That's where we want it to end up. That's not where we're trying to land the ball. So I'm trying to pick a spot on the green, on whether it's on the green or whether it's on the fringe or on the fairway, where we're trying to figure, where we're trying to land it. And I think that's where a lot of people struggle, is they hit the ball too far because they try to look at the hole and they're landing it, a lot closer to the hole than they want it to. So putting a towel out there, putting some tees, and really working on landing it, finding a landing spot and letting it release out to the hole. I think that'll help a lot of people out with kind of, the aspect of the game in that regard, with chipping and putting, as well as, being able to visualize the shot a little bit better and kind of trust themselves and not just kind of going into it blind and, I'm just going to hit this, hopefully it gets close, kind of a thing.
No, I think it helps too when you visualize the hole itself. If you're coming into let's just say you got an approach and it's a downhill and it's going to run away, you're not looking to hit the full, let's just say, 140 yards to the pin. You probably want to hit it 125 or 130, get it on the green and let it roll, because it's going to roll out. And if you hit it the full 140, you're going to wonder why it rolled off the back, right?
100%. I think it just makes it a little bit more attainable, and it makes it just more of you can kind of see through the shot a little bit better than maybe you would if you're, like you said, looking at the hole, looking at the green, wherever you're, flying at the full distance.
Yeah. All right, San Diego Golf Club's got a lot going on. I know it's a busy time of year.
Heck yeah, we got obviously Cubs going on every Sunday morning, calling in on Wednesdays for that. The restaurant's rock and rolling. Ernie's got a great menu out for the summer, and Father's Day this weekend, so definitely come by, hang out, sit on the patio, and enjoy the great views at San Diego Golf Club.
It's all at sandiegolf.com. You can book your tee time. You can go out and have lunch out there, put it on your on your lunch run as well. Enjoy the Open. I know you will. Happy Father's Day weekend. Enjoy everything that comes with that. And how's Nixon knee playing? I saw he was in a big tournament this week. Have you got a result on him?
He's a heck of a golfer these days.
That's Nick's kid.
Jeff, he's playing some good golf. He's going to be a freshman next year at La Cueva. Played really well in the state tournament. I think he shot 79 day one, 74 day two. So, maybe not the result he was quite looking for, but remember the name. He's coming for sure.
Yeah, no, I saw his name on the tee sheet that they sent me, and his daddy's a pretty good coach, and I figure he'd be a pretty good golfer. So looking forward to it.
All right, he's figuring it out. So yeah, definitely look out for him.
That's good. All right, man. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, talk to you soon, guys.
He has been Gasbridge, the head PGA professional out at San Diego Golf Club, and yeah, Nick's kid's playing in a big tournament, big PGA Sun Country tournament. So it was good to talk to Ben. I hope that makes sense. I want to explain to people who maybe don't understand why is this. Why are you guys talking about this being so hard? Why is it so different? And I just needed somebody to help maybe explain it to the layperson who doesn't get it.
Let the rough grow longer, cut it differently, pretty much turn the greens into a putt-putt golf course.
Yeah, make it tile almost. It's insane. All right, Kenny Thomas will be in at the top of the hour. That'll be 9 o'clock. Talk to the former Lobo great about the NBA championships, the finals that resume tonight. It's the opening drive. He's JJ Buck. I'm Jeff Symbieta, 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Outlet.
This report is sponsored by...
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
The Yeller Sub, located on 7200 Montgomery Boulevard, serves breakfast all day long along with classic hot and cold subs. Don't forget about our shakes, malts and floats made with your favorite Bluebell ice cream. 45 years and still going strong. Come on down to the Yeller Sub, official sandwich of ProView Networks.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
I might not be in the cage as much anymore. Just like riding a bicycle, I can pick up the fight from where I left off. I'm not some slick-haired outsider posing with borrowed gloves. I grew up here. New Mexico is in my blood. I'm a New Mexican fighting for other New Mexicans. I'm Adam Oki. I'll be your champion in the courtroom.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Hi, my name is Daniel Chavez, and this is my business partner, David Chavez. We are the owners of Indeed Safety. Indeed Safety is a local safety consulting company helping our clients with their safety needs for their projects.
One of the things we pride ourselves as a construction safety company is helping our men and women in construction get home safe every day to their families. Indeed Safety is a proud supporter of ProView Network.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
All right, Kenny will be in a bit. I'll get you an update for the golf at the top of the hour as well. I ask you the question, why do people lose their mind when money is spent on athletics or athletes, right? And I understand, I preface this, I'm not looking to spend frivolously or be silly about it. I just, it's almost like you're stealing people's lunch money. And, well, it's our taxpayer, but you're right, I get it. Jeff sent me a text because they cut the ski team. Albuquerque loved going to all those ski games, and now it's gone. So Donovan Dent shouldn't get a piece of that multi-million-dollar pie. It's pretty simple, really. That's why everybody's upset, because everybody was going to those ski games, as it says here.
Yeah, it just feels so disingenuous, too, after the fact when people bring up, I won't support this or that or men's soccer. And I was like, you know how many men's soccer games there are at? And I did not see any of you that are emailing or complaining about it at.
Yeah, I forgot about all those sold-out men's soccer games.
Like, you had a program that was going to the Final Four.
Twice.
That was playing for championships. And when they're gone, it's when you're like, oh.
Yeah, I really love them. Okay. Because you've been out to all these track meets, too. Right? Larry said, most sports fans understand it. However, many fringe fans do not. College athletics is a marketing department for the institution. Success on the court or field is a positive impact on enrollment of those institutions. I'm sure if you research enrollment at San Diego State before and after their Final Four season, you'd see an increase, which is true. The collective we needs to embrace athletics as a marketing arm and not resist this. Let go of the perspective of college athletics as strictly a cost. Winning by Lobo Basketball energizes community the last few seasons. NIL and now revenue sharing is here to stay, like it or not. If anyone doubts it, spend a few minutes on Google Scholar searching impact of winning in athletics on enrollment. It's absolutely true. San Diego State had a big increase in applications. Florida Gulf Coast, Butler, Gonzaga. I mean, go on and on and on. Hell, Alabama. I mean, when they win, people are interested. I want to be part of that. It is absolutely truth. Terry, you're a little early. Are you in the right time zone? Hello, Terry.
Yes. Good Friday, Jeff. Good Friday, JJ. Yeah, I got an appointment, so I got to preempt my normal time. Considering what we have this weekend, my son was in town last weekend, and he got a laugh out of it when he goes, is Jeff talking about you when you said, for the segment coming up? And like I say, for you guys, I appreciate it. I sometimes go off the wall, whether it's Kate Upton's husband.
Well, go, because you're going to run out of time. So go, hit your point, because we're going to hit this break here.
Okay. So, all right. I just want to thank you guys for everything. Have a great Father's Day. Enjoy your families. Appreciate everything. Take care.
Oh, all right. Well, you had more time than that. Yeah, I know we're coming right up on the top of the hour, and I appreciate the salutations. I just thought he had a point to make. But I appreciate Terry's calls, but it's usually the last segment on Friday, right? Is when he hits there. All right, we're coming up right against this hard break. 505-246-0610. If you're there, I'll take you when we get back. Kenny Thomas is scheduled to be in next. We'll kick it with Kenny, and we got an hour to go in the work week. But Harry, you had more time than that. I didn't mean to run him off. 505-246-0610. We'll talk some hoops when we get back. I'll get you an update at the U.S. Open. How many guys we got under par now? 8. Brooksy's going the wrong way. It's the opening drive. He's JJ Buck. I am merely Jeff Symbieta on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
What's going on, Lobo Nation? Ja'Cory Krosky-Mirror here. And I'm Devin Dampier. The Lobo football team is going through some changes, but we're here to stay. We'll put in the work on the field and in the weight room, but we'll need your help off the field. 505 Sports Venture is leading the charge in the NIL space. And you can be part of it.
Show this shit better than all my intentions. Locked in, shorty, you got my attention. CEO, baby, I get you the business. Touchdown and pay you a visit.
I was born in New Mexico. I grew up on these streets. I got in trouble here, and I fought my way back in Burkia. I love New Mexico, especially the people. Now I'm using my training, tenacity, and energy to fight for you. I'm Adam Oki, lawyer, fighter, and New Mexican. I was a local athlete here in New Mexico, so I'm proud to support your local athletes.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
We aren't all born with the same opportunities. But it's the people who care that change everything.
Get ready, Sprout, get ready!
My coach. My teacher. My older sisters. My grandma. My brother. My tutor. My dad and my mom.
As New Mexicans, it's up to all of us to do our part.
So that no child goes without love.
And no family has to do it all on their own.
They're all our children. Every single person is called to make a difference in the life of a child.
It's up to all of us to do our part.
To pull together.
Pull together.
Pull together.
To make New Mexico the best place to be a kid.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
These days, it's important to know people and businesses you can trust. There's a lot of places where you can buy a vehicle, but there's only a few local dealerships where you'll find honest people who have your best interests in mind. And Fiesta Kia is one of them. We've been helping our neighbors save money and drive dependable cars for years, and we'd love to help you. With new Kias arriving daily, you'll love our selection and the peace of mind you'll get driving a Kia from Fiesta. So stop by and see us today at Fiesta Kia on Lomas, or just start driving now at fiestakia.com.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action.
Sports Animal. Now it's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. Here's Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck.
Kenny Thomas looking out for me. I don't know if that'd be good for you, Jeff. No, that's probably right. I appreciate that.
Always.
What is up, Kenny Thomas?
You, the Sky, JJ, Albuquerque, U.S. Open.
The Heat.
Yeah.
And the scores.
It's cracking up in here.
It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck, Kenny Thomas is in. The U.S. Open is underway. We have 156 golfers in the tournament, and 9 of them are under par at Oakmont. JJ Spawn's your leader. He'll go out this afternoon at 10:52. Victor Hovland, who's on the golf course, has moved up to 3 under par, 1 behind Spawn, has tied Thurston Lawrence. Sam Burns, Siwoo Kim at -2, and then a group of Daniel Berger and Ben Griffin, Thomas Dietrich at -1. Brooks Koepka, JJ's been all over the place today. He's 2 over today, even for the tournament. Colin Morikawa's in that group. Hell, I got to believe if you're at like +4 or better, you have a chance. Because you don't know what JJ Spawn's going to do today.
Yeah.
He's a Mountain West golfer. You know, JJ played in the Mountain West.
Where'd he go? I'm not trying to put you on the spot.
I know where.
That's cool, though.
He's an Aztec.
Yeah.
Another.
You would see.
I mean, another Aztec at the top of the leaderboard for a day.
Man, it's nice, but did you see Brooks Koepka's chip in?
Yeah, on 8 today.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, and then he bogeyed the next 3 holes.
But man, come on, man! That course in Philadelphia is insane right now.
Yeah, it's. Did he? No, here he is. Brooksy bogeyed 18, 1, and 2. So he bogeyed 3 in a row, got off the bogey train on number 3, and he's on the par 5 now.
Where's Scotty Scheffler at right now? You better watch out for that boy.
He's up. Shouldn't he play early, JJ?
Yeah, he's playing right now.
I'll find him for you. He was right at the cut line. Scotty Scheffler's 2 over today, 5 over for the tournament.
Where's the cut going to be?
+4. So Scheffler's one shot on the wrong side of the cut line. He also just bogeyed number 1. He's playing the backside first. So he's got 8 holes to go, and he's 2 over on the day, and he's 1 shot on the bad side of the cut line, a projected cut line. I mean, look, the way this goes, this could fall back a shot.
So what's the projected cut line?
4. 4 over par.
Ooh.
Jordan Spieth is at +5. Tony Finau is +5. I mean, you look at some of the great names. JJ, Dustin Johnson +5. Maverick McNeely's really good. Like some of these guys, Rory McIlroy +4.
Oh yeah.
Do you, when JJ, Kenny, when you guys watch one of these, do you say I want to play that golf course?
Mm-mm.
Like I always say I want to play Augusta.
No. Yeah, I mean Augusta's different just to go through the experience.
Yeah.
But like this course, man, come on. If you're not on the top or the back,
I have no desire.
Yeah.
You?
I mean, that's like 100, and that's probably like going to be a score 200 for me plus.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Shoot awful anyway, so why not have the experience of doing that on a epic golf course?
Just going to look for your golf ball buried because you don't have those guys out there putting little flags where your ball ended up. You're like, it's somewhere over here in this. You got to step on it in that rough. Like literally.
Oh, it's insane.
You ever played in rough where you, literally have to step on the golf ball?
No.
Yeah, it sucks.
I mean, a course like that was that about 400 or 500? Nope. And I played Presidio down in the coast in the Bay Area, which was pretty nice.
Is that
but
the
it wasn't
nicest?
as bad.
What's the nicest course? Like the most expensive course? Nicest course you ever
I would say Presidio.
Is it the nicest and the most expensive? Or the same?
Yeah.
I played Presidio. I really liked it.
Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah, the
I
views
loved
there
it.
are unbelievable.
It was awesome. And then
you're sitting kind of atop, and you're like, you turn the corner, and there's the bridge, and there's the bay. And
Oh,
it's,
yeah. And then I was down there by Pebble Beach. I didn't get a chance to play Pebble Beach. What's that one that's down there by? I forgot.
Well, there's a bunch of them down there. There's Spanish Bay there. There's what's the other one?
Not that one.
Why am I forgetting?
I can't think of the name.
God dang it.
But Pleasanton down in the Bay Area, there's a big course there. I played in Fred Belindikoff's golf tournament too, and I just came back from a charity golf tournament in Sacramento.
I played Pebble. That was.
I've never played Pebble.
That was the one that. So, I've done a lot of really cool things in my life. Spyglass is the one you're thinking.
Yeah. I played that one.
Yeah, Spyglass was harder than Pebble.
That was nice.
It's harder than Pebble.
That was nice.
I'm just telling you. That was hard. Of all the things I've done in my life that don't live up to the hype, Pebble lived up to that and exceeded
jealous.
it. Just walking, and I shot a 41 on the front, which was really good for me, and 89 total. I did, but it was unbelievable.
90.
The second shot on 7 is one of the most daunting shots ever. Because you got the 6 is that par 3 where you go right to the water where everybody, that short downhill, 120 yards or whatever, made par. Drive on 7, and then you got the water on the right, like the ocean, and there's this big canyon that you got to go over. It's daunting.
insane.
Jack Nicklaus called it the hardest second shot in golf.
Did you see his flop shot?
I did not.
Not
Mickelson.
Jack.
Mickelson.
Phil.
The one last week, like where he hit it backwards and jarred it.
Oh yeah, and he's a lefty.
Have you seen
like
that
me.
yet, JJ? I was telling you about that yesterday. That
It was
in Live last
insane.
week. So he had one foot in the bunker, left-handed, basically back to the pin.
Yeah.
And the ball was on that steep down slope.
And he was in the sand.
And it was kind of about belt high. And he had 1 foot in the sand.
Yeah, and his feet was below him. I'm like, are you kidding me right now?
And the ball kind of went over his shoulder, and he jarred it. And he's like, yeah, whatever.
Talk about the confidence. It bounced twice in a row, wide in. A couple inches.
JJ called it, and I think he's right. Best short game I've ever seen.
He's a lefty.
Yeah. He was at +4.
I think he's going to make the cut. He's going to make the cut. Because they're talking about right now, this might be his last U.S. Open, being 55, and he's about to turn 56 this week, I think.
Could be, and this is the one he hasn't won. So.
Yeah.
We get hoops tonight. Thunder, Pacers.
People probably like KT talking golf. Come on, man.
Cool.
I'm on that.
Cool. Yeah,
I wish I would have played in high school and college.
Me too.
I would be a beast right now.
Yeah, but now we're just us. I know. It wasn't cool enough when I was in college, in high school. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Now I wish I would have played. If you'd have sat here before it started and I said Indiana's going to be up 2-1 after 3, you'd have told me I was high. You just said put down the pipe.
Yeah, I thought a big puff. You know what I mean? Because I thought it's supposed to be flipped right now. OKC was not supposed to lose that first game, period. Because OKC was supposed to be the ones that's up 2-1 right now. But Toppin, man, those role players for the Pacers have been outstanding. And
Benedict matters.
Yeah. The guard play in the backcourt has been phenomenal on SGA, and you even have Miles Turner that's showing up now, and he's showing up at the right time because I feel like he's kind of been missing in action a little bit, especially when it comes to the bigs. But Toppin being able to play out on the perimeter I think it's changing the dynamic when it comes to Czech. Staying out there in the perimeter a little bit more.
I thought Indiana did to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander in game 3 what Oklahoma City did to Tyrese Halliburton in game 2. Basically harass him everywhere, wear him out, and basically it's say somebody else has to beat us. Yeah. And by the end, he was fatigued. He looked fatigued. They made him work for everything he did. The pest that is T.J. McConnell came in. I don't want to say brilliant as far as the plan, but I thought the execution was really, really good.
Yeah, obviously when you collapse your defense and you're allowing a Tyrese Halliburton to be able to beat you from the perimeter, I mean, it's the odds are better, obviously. Not saying that Tyrese can't shoot from behind the arc, but it's just one of those things to where you're trying to get him to give the ball up. And that's what I was saying earlier. Those guys are showing up, those role players. And the fact that Rick Carlisle is using his bench the way he is. That shows the capability of him being confident in his players.
Well, they're performing.
Yeah, because if you're not playing your bench, your 5 to 7 guys are not going to have the energy, like you just said, as far as SGA. When he's out there doing all the different things that he's doing, man, you could tell that he was beat. So who was going to be that person? They even tried to give him a couple-minute rest, and it really didn't help, especially coming down the stretch.
Why is it that we've watched the Pacers win all these series? They've been the second best team record-wide in basketball. They don't lose back-to-back games. But yet there was still this sense of shock that they were the team up 2-1.
Well, I don't want to say shocked because the Pacers were playing at home, man. The Pacers are a really good team playing at home. People are
shocked, man.
People are shocked because it's 2-1 Pacers, like I said, because it's supposed to be flipped. Because that game 1, it gave the Pacers a little bit of ease going into game 2, and only thing you wanted to do is go in there and split, especially in the beginning of a series like that. And then OKC is known for beating teams once they lose by 15 plus points, which is what happened in game 2. But the Pacers are going to be playing with the same kind of energy they are tonight that they played in game 3. I would not expect anything different. But if OKC comes out like they did in game 3 and they consistently keep the lead, the Pacers are not going to be able to fall behind.
I said to JJ this earlier today. I have convinced myself that Indiana can win the series.
Yeah, they can.
And I'm almost convinced that they're going to. And I'm not there yet. And obviously if they win tonight, they go 3-1, everybody's going to turn on this thing. But I just, going back to the shock and the surprise thing, because JJ's not wrong. I mean, everybody was on Oklahoma. I was on Oklahoma City in 6, but the talk of sweep and dynasty and all this crap, and it's like, wait a minute, man, Indiana's pretty freaking good.
I never thought there was going to be a sweep.
Well, you said 5 or 6 too.
I think I said 6.
Okay.
6. They're no sweep. You kidding
Can they
me?
win this damn series?
Yeah. I always thought the Pacers could win this series, and then I was high on OKC just based off of how they've been playing. And I feel like these teams match up equally to a certain extent. And I think it's going to come down to the big play. Chet needs to show up and do a little bit more.
So you think a lot of it's on home ground?
Yeah.
Let's take the break. You want to hoe with us?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's Friday.
Might as well.
I mean, you need a good hoe?
Yeah. I'm a hoe with you.
Yeah, it'll make a good Friday for you.
Yeah.
I mean, a hoe on a Tuesday is probably nice too, but I mean, a hoe on a Friday makes it complete.
I'm going to dig deep too for this one. I'm getting better and better.
All right, work on your lung capacity. He's Kenny Thomas, JJ Buck, me. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
You're listening to.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Boswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
The Yeller Sub, located on 7200 Montgomery Boulevard, serves breakfast all day long along with classic hot and cold subs. Don't forget about our shakes, malts and floats made with your favorite Bluebell ice cream. 45 years and still going strong. Come on down to the Yeller Sub, official sandwich of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
I'd like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
All right, you ready for this? What day is today? Oh, it's Friday. Kenny Thomas is here. JJ Buck, merely me, Jeff Symbieta. Ready?
Yeah, let's go.
JJ Buck with a hoe. Dude, you been working out or what?
Yes.
You been practicing your hose?
Yes, I've been
You've been
locked
hoeing.
in.
You've been hoeing on a regular basis.
Really locked in.
I need to sit at home and hoe.
I mean, my head hurts. I got no oxygen in my cabeza.
My eyes are running.
Ugh. I need a burrito. Thanks to
You've already
who
had
fed
half.
us this morning? Central Grill fed us. Thank you to George over at Central Grill. I mean,
Or we just got the
we got the leftovers there.
Great.
He delivered
not
a bunch.
sloppy. Good second.
Yeah, 100%. Kenny Thomas is in studio. All right, who wins tonight? Thunder Pacers. So this is crazy. The Pacers were 5.5-point underdogs 2 nights ago. At home, right? Oklahoma City was a 5.5-point favorite.
Yep.
Pacers win by, what was it, 12, 13, 16, whatever the number was?
Double figures.
And Oklahoma's a point more favorite. They're 6.5. That, it just means they're
Yeah.
desperate because they have to win. I mean, Oklahoma City wins tonight, right? You're not as convinced either. See?
I'm not convinced.
Oh, man.
I'm not convinced. These teams are similar.
I don't disagree.
I mean, obviously the game of basketball comes down to who makes shots, but I think it's more of a fast break game, and who's going to capitalize on those missed opportunities on the opposite side.
Well, that's been Indiana.
Tyrese Halliburton scores, man. If he scores like he did, I'm going to go with Indiana tonight.
Indiana tonight.
I'm going to go with Indiana.
They go 3-1,
tonight.
they win the series, don't they?
I'm going to go with Indiana tonight.
JJ called them, and it's just ringing in my ears because it feels so right.
This is why I don't bet, but.
No, 100%. JJ, you called them a team of destiny back during the Knicks series. You said that they have that team of destiny feel. Do you still feel that way?
I do. It's one. They're just a good basketball team. I think people are finally realizing that the comebacks. Yeah, there was some crazy things that happened, but the other games they won. Yeah. They had some crazy comebacks, but they've won the record. And I keep saying it, like, it matters what they've done the last 30 months of the season.
I totally
It's January, and I understand that, as you've said, Kenny. You look at OKC and they beating people by 10, 12 points per game, and that's just a given. But this was why I was so excited for this matchup, because of the athleticism. Indy can match what OKC has.
Yep.
And we're seeing that in that series.
Yep. I totally agree with everything you said. And Indiana can match OKC because of Toppin and Miles Turner. Those guys are showing up. And then at the same time, the way that Indiana is switching their backcourt on SGA, and they're collapsing and making him take tough shots, I think that's going to be obviously the deciding decision when it comes to OKC being able to be in this game on the road.
Why is it there's this cliche, and I always say cliches are based in the fact, or at least in trend. Why is it that role players, and I've heard this so many times, tend to play better at home? You watch McConnell and Matherin and those guys. I don't know if they're role players. I hate the term role players almost as much as I hate the term mid-major. But the guys who aren't your superstar, why is it they play better at home?
Playing better at home, being a road, trust me, I know.
Yeah, no, that's why I asked you.
Playing better at home, being a role player, the guys that are the main guys on your team are more comfortable, and you have a tendency to feed off of the energy of the crowd and play the right way. Playing on the road is a totally different, it's a hostile environment, right? And then when you have your all-stars trying to do more than they should, at times, opposed to playing together, it's just a different feel and just a different vibe, because when you're at home, you just feel like everybody's into it, especially when you get going. And that's the vibe that any home team basically has that's been in this playoff situation.
All right, I want to hit something else. The Knicks coaching job, they were interested in 3 guys who were active coaches, and all those teams said, yeah, no, you can't talk to my dude. Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart do a podcast called The Roommate Show. Really, really complimentary of their former coach. This is Hart. He said he took the job when the Knicks were just bums, like 20 wins. He was there for 5 years, made the playoffs in 4 years, first Eastern Conference Finals in 25 years, helped the Knicks basketball get back to the top level in the league.
Yep.
He should get a lot of credit for the foundation that he built. That was his quote. Brunson helped me become a 2-time All-Star, 2-time All-NBA. The things he's done for me, obviously, individually, I'm so grateful for. He had confidence in me that I knew I had. But it's great to see someone push me to be better. To have Tibbs do what he did for my career, I'm so grateful and thankful. Not enough things can be said about what he's meant for myself and my career.
Yeah.
And yet they blew that dude out.
It's personal. Obviously,
With
it's
the owner?
It's from it's the owner.
But JJ, isn't Hart the one who reportedly went to the owner and complained about him playing him? He played me too much. He didn't give me enough rest.
It was Bridges and Hart were in those reports.
So help me put that. He went to the owner. He played me too much. He didn't play enough bench players. Dude's complaining about that. Dude's complaining about they don't get enough playing time. This one, I'm getting too much playing time. What the hell? And yet he comes on and just absolutely loves on him.
Man, it's one of those things. It's like, can he? Obviously, he's flipping, right? Hart, from the standpoint of, yo, man, obviously Tibbs did what he did, but the Knicks organization set up Tibbs to have another opportunity, especially when this offseason comes, because there's some spots that are available.
Kevin Durant going there?
I would love to see KD in Houston, to be honest, because there's like 5 different ways.
I agree with that. Let's play the Knicks scenario. They're going to give up Cat and what? And does that make the Knicks a championship team with Kevin Durant there? Because I know JJ and I are not convinced at 37 years old he's that dude anymore.
Yeah, I think he is.
Okay.
I think he is. He's a guy that has so many different dimensions to his game with being so big to where you can't dictate or determine what shot he's going to take. He determines that.
And he still put up numbers this year, didn't he?
Kevin Durant is...
Yes, he did put up numbers.
So good. Why are teams he's on not better?
It's a fair question.
Teams he's on... What do you mean? The Warriors
What
won
happened?
championships.
The Warriors did it
with or
Warriors were
without
winning
him.
before him. Right? They were winning before him.
But he still won.
Okay, fine.
What did he do in Brooklyn?
What did he do in Brooklyn? What did he do in Phoenix?
When it's chaos, when you have different components with other teams that are all-stars, and then that Brooklyn situation, it just didn't gel.
But he wanted all this stuff.
Say that again?
But he wanted to be that guy.
Oh, without
and then
a doubt.
It's always everyone else's fault, not Kevin Durant.
I'm not saying it's not his fault too as well. I'm not saying that at all. But obviously, between Brooklyn and the Suns, it wasn't a good fit because they weren't winning. And there was pieces
But why
that were
weren't
not
they
there.
winning?
I'm not saying that KD is the savior to where he was supposed to save the team in New York and Phoenix, right? But he has to take some accountability. But at 37, I don't think he's done. I just don't.
That's fair.
I'm a big believer in KD. It's just a matter of him being in the right situation now. Sorry, he gets to determine where he goes now.
No, that's fine, and nobody's mad about that. And I don't know that I think he's totally done. I just don't know that he puts you over the top. I think where JJ's going, and I don't think he's wrong. Look, Oklahoma City, they were close. He played with Harden and Westbrook. Couldn't get couldn't get it over the top.
Yeah.
Picked his spot after Golden State.
Yeah.
Went with Kyrie and put a super team together in Brooklyn. Absolute, utter, complete failure. And so he picks a spot, goes with Devin Booker. Bradley Beal didn't work out. But he goes to Phoenix. I mean, I don't know how you say utter failure when 15 teams are in the conference and 10 make the playoffs, and you don't make 10 out of 15. You don't even make the freaking playoffs.
Yeah.
He's got to eat that, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. And I do not disagree with you guys. But at 37, I just don't think he's done.
So, but you think he's a difference maker in Houston or New York? Are they championship teams?
See, but if he went to a spot to where he's not that main option, maybe like a Houston.
Well, he wouldn't. Brunson would be the main option in New York.
Oh, that's a given. I'm not saying like he's supposed to be that main option.
Who's the
I'm saying
main
that
option
he
in
could be
Houston?
like that second or third option.
Who would it be in Houston? Who would be the main option in front of him?
He would be the main option.
He would be the main
Right.
option to a certain extent because they don't have a backcourt that can actually score in Houston. That's why I like it.
What about Minnesota?
Oh, I love him in Minnesota. I've been saying that from day
How
one.
do they get him, JJ? How does
Day
Minnesota pull
one.
that off? It's Gobert, right? And whatever they got in draft picks. They have anything left?
They have future assets, but
Way out, though.
yeah, and it's going to come down to, is Phoenix. 'Cause, they have one of those crazy owners. He's kind of all in. I need to win now. Do whatever it takes. Are they going to be able to reset? Can they? Devin Booker said he wants to be there. So are they willing to let a couple years go by of not being good so they can reset the franchise? That's part of the conversation. Minnesota, I'm sure they'd like to get out from the contract of Gobert, and they have some lottery picks on the bench that haven't played that could be in there along with future first-round picks. So.
JJ, remind me of why that situation in Phoenix did not work. Was it the coaching situation when it came to KD?
They've gone through 4 of them, haven't they?
Yeah, it's you look at it, and Kevin Durant puts up numbers. He is very good, but since 2020, coming back from his injuries, he hasn't played a lot of basketball. We bash on all these other guys for not being there, and I think it's the realization that Kevin Durant is in the category of he's not the elite guy we thought he was.
He's not the who?
He's not the elite guy we thought he was.
The last 5 years, he's not the elite guy you thought he was?
Career-wise. I mean,
career-wise.
There was a time.
Dude,
there was
LeBron
a
James
time.
has never been on a team that has been bad. And he's had much worse teams than Kevin Durant has been on. And his teams are always competitive.
I feel like LeBron is getting the right pieces, too. If you really think about it. I'm talking about bigs. I'm talking about it's just been different opportunities when it's come to a full squad in Brooklyn, I think, and in Phoenix, to where the supporting situation, right?
Well, he picked Brooklyn. He said, "I want Kyrie," and that's where those guys went.
But then look at the other
together.
supporting cast, right? I'm not disagreeing with you guys, but you got to keep in mind, look at all the pieces that both of these teams in the finals have. They have bigs, they have guards that can play on both sides of the floor, offense and defense. I don't think KD had that in Brooklyn.
And both of these teams you'd have
Phoenix.
looked at pre-season, well, maybe not Oklahoma City, and you looked at Indiana's roster and go, yeah, whatever. I mean, okay, it's nice, but it's not championship. I mean,
it's the second consecutive year that Indiana's been to the Eastern
I
Conference
agree with
Finals.
you.
You know what I'm
But
saying?
on paper, is Indiana's roster any worse than what he had in Brooklyn? I'm trying to remember what he had back in Brooklyn.
He didn't have a lot in Brooklyn.
Well, he chose that.
It was Harden was there.
He wanted
and
to
Kyrie
team up
was
with
there.
those guys.
See, and you guys got to keep in mind those. I just thought about it. Brooklyn and Phoenix are big markets too.
Okay.
So I think that had a play in it as well.
We're also talking about a Phoenix team that had a playoff roster that went to the championship. Now they lost. To the mock
Right before he got there.
21. Yusuf Nurkic, Devin Booker. They went and got the role players, and they won 36 games.
Look, they're talking about this right now.
Right before he got there.
Kevin Durant going to Minnesota for Rudy Gobert.
DiVincenzo, Mike Conley, and this year's first round pick.
I love that, but
For
come on,
everybody.
you're going to have to eat that Rudy Gobert contract,
Yeah,
right?
that's right. No, that's right.
Right? Because I feel like Minnesota needs another guard to help Ant-Man.
All right, you can talk about this on your show tomorrow. You got
Yeah.
your own
Oh,
show now.
yeah. I'm talking about the Phoenix. I'm talking about the Knicks stuff, and I'm going to talk about this KD stuff.
His show is called Unfiltered with Kenny Thomas. It airs on this here radio station. 10 o'clock on Saturday mornings. I'll listen to you on the way to the golf course. Then
Yes,
you'll say,
sir.
oh, he's always on the golf course, which I'm fine with. I don't even care.
Why would you? I'm jealous.
Don't. Listen to Kenny tomorrow. He'll be back here on Tuesday. You're going to be in town. Just let us know where you're going to be.
Okay. You never
Appreciate
know.
you always, though.
Always, man. I
Enjoy the
appreciate
weekend.
you
Happy
guys.
Father's Day.
Oh, yeah. Happy Father's Day to both of you, JJ,
Big
and this guy
weekend.
right
Thank you,
here.
sir.
Simply Jeff Symbieta.
Yes, I'm simply
Merely Jeff
Oh,
Symbieta.
that's right. That's right. Taking a road trip this summer. They're a blast, and then you come back and your car is a mess. It's got bugs all over the front, fast food wrappers, sticky cup holders, snack crumbs everywhere. On the spot automotive detailing. Gotcha. They make it easy to bounce back. Whether it's post-vacation grime or it's just that overdue cleanup that you're driving around with right now, you need On the Spot Automotive Detailing to come to you with their award-winning team. Home or work, get your car looking, feeling, and smelling fresh again. That's right, home or work. I don't know where they are. You don't know where they are, but they know where you are. They come to the office. They come to the house. They detail your vehicle. When they're done, your car looks, feels, smells like the day you took it off that lot. The new cars feel, not the new car price. If you want to avoid the blaring sun this summer, talk to them about their professional window tinting services. It's all online. Oh, Father's Day gift. You still haven't done that yet? He will love this. On the Spot Automotive Detailing is at OTSdetailing.com. OTSdetailing.com.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
I'm David C. Chavez, personal injury attorney. Our law firm was founded by my father, Thibaut J. Chavez, with one goal, to get New Mexicans the help they need. That's why we built a different kind of law firm. We focus on family values, dedicated service, and we make a real contribution by giving back to our communities. We can't change what happened to you or your loved ones, but we can help you get back on the road to recovery. We're by your side, and we're still as local as red and green.
Hi, my name is Ruben, and I'm with the New Mexico Educational Assistance Foundation. We are proud sponsors of high school and college sports. Either college or trade, we can help you find the funding you need. Go to nmfafsa.org. That's nmfafsa.org.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
Damn, fellas. What an epic hoe. Over 30 seconds. Awesome indeed. Happy Friday the 13th, says John in the Duke City. By the way, there's no FM 95.9 signal. I'm on AM 610. Appreciate you finding us on AM 610. We evidently there was a construction site somewhere, JJ, and somebody cut our line. So I guess the providers
trying to take us out.
Yeah.
Coming for us.
I mean, is it competition? Is that like throwing the smoke alarm or the fire alarm in the hotel of the road team? But our line was cut, evidently, up to the transmitter on the FM side. So it's going to take a minute, evidently, to get that fixed. Appreciate you finding us, where you found us, over on AM 610, The Sports Animal. He's J.J. Buck. I'm Jeff Symbieta. Thanks to Kenny Thomas coming by. It's interesting. I don't think either one of us, you or me, believe that Kevin Durant is done. But at 37 years old, is he the guy that puts you over the top?
If you're able to keep the pieces. If you're able to keep... Like, if you're the Knicks, all right, maybe it's OG or Bridges plus some picks. But if you have to go deeper than that, then no, then you're in the same spot Phoenix is. At this point, Kevin Durant is awesome addition to an established team. All right, now, so if it's Gobert, DiVincenzo, and Conley, yeah, that could aptly work because you still have Anthony Edwards, Kevin Durant. By the way, Julius Randle's a free agent, so they have to figure out that contract, which is why they think they would like to move off of Rudy Gobert. But if it's, we need to
re-sign Julius Randle.
Yeah.
Okay.
But if it's one, it's, we got to have two starters in the deal plus assets, then I think it's going to be a lot tougher for Kevin Durant to make the impact over the last
So if it's as simple as Gobert, DiVincenzo, and this year's first.
Oh, yeah, I'm doing that in a heartbeat. Then.
If you're Minnesota.
Yeah. But is that going to be enough to entice Phoenix to make it?
If Phoenix's owner has said he wants a compensation package coming back that is similar to what he paid, which is 4 first-round picks and 2 frontline players, and it was Cam Johnson, it was Mikal Bridges. Wasn't there somebody else in that deal? 4 first-round picks and an unprotected and a pick swap.
Yeah. So Bridges, that's what I'm saying. Bridges has been there, done that in Phoenix. They moved him to Brooklyn for Kevin.
I think
Durant.
they regret that so much.
Yeah, gutting your team for one player doesn't work. Even if that player is Kevin Durant.
Yeah, I mean, it hasn't worked. I hear what Kenny's saying. Kevin Durant has been a generational player. He's been one of the best of this generation. There was a minute, and it was a lengthy minute, where there was a real conversation, who's the best player in the world? Is it him or LeBron James? When they were both in their prime. And LeBron, I think, is 4 years older. And it was a legitimate conversation. Kevin Durant did win championships at Golden State. Now, he went to a team that was already winning championships and made them better. And he was a big part of it. And I'm not of that camp that says, well, he just was there chasing rings and rode their coattails. No, he was MVP of the finals. Like, dude was legit. And then he went to New Jersey, went to Brooklyn and put together a team in Brooklyn that he wanted. He got Harden and he got Kyrie. He was going to do it on his terms, his way. It was going to be his team. And it was an epic failure. Epic failure. That franchise still hasn't recovered. So then he went to Phoenix, a franchise who was in the finals, had a superstar, so he didn't have to carry all the weight. Devin Booker is I don't know, a superstar, but he's an elite scorer. How about that? Then they had Bradley Beal. I don't know. What's a bigger fail, the Phoenix thing or the Brooklyn thing? I would argue that Phoenix, because they were in the finals right before he got there, and they didn't even make the playoffs, where 2/3 of the teams in the conference make the playoff. How are you not in the top 2/3 with Devin Booker and Kevin Durant on your team? So I would argue that's a bigger failure than even what happened in Brooklyn. You agree with me on that?
Yeah, the Suns were better off, even with the assets that they moved, than the Brooklyn Nets. And what we saw was them losing the first round last year to Minnesota. Yeah, Minnesota went on that run to Western Conference Finals. But then on top of that, it's 3 coaches in the last 3 years.
Yeah. New ownership.
And we all watch Kevin Durant. And yes, talent-wise, he is absolutely one of the best players of this generation. But it's starting to feel a whole lot like Aaron Rodgers. Ooh. What point are you ever going to be like, oh, maybe I am one of the reasons this isn't quite working out?
I think it's such a good comp. That's such a good comp. Undeniably talented. Undeniably talented. Probably don't have nearly as many rings as you would think that their talent should have produced over the length of their careers, right? I think it's a terrific comp. And the back end of his career is chasing things around. And, like, he's going to end up somewhere. And I don't know if this will be his last spot. It most likely will, because whomever it is that trades for him is going to have to extend it. He's on the last year of his deal. So whether he goes to Minnesota, Houston, San Antonio, New York, wherever it is he goes, they're going to have to extend him. So this will most likely be his last stop. Now, maybe there's one more ring chase after this. And he demands out. Kevin Durant will be remembered as what franchise? What team will you when you think of Kevin Durant?
Well, it comes down to Oklahoma City or Golden State.
That's crazy. LeBron James will be remembered as what? Will it be a Laker because that's where he was at the end? I remember him as a Cavalier.
Heat and Cavs.
Heat and Cavs more than the Lakers? Because he won't get a statue?
He won't get a statue.
Do you think he will?
No.
In L.A.?
I don't.
I don't think Laker fan wants him to have a statue. I wonder where management will be on that. Because I don't think they win another one there, right? Even with him and Luka next year. I don't see it. All right, we'll wrap you up. Get ready for the weekend. Everything you got to do or everything you got to know as you go into your weekend. I'll get you an update on the U.S. Open when we get back. Do not forget this weekend, National Bourbon Week is here. Twin Peaks is your spot. It's going on now through the 16th. Enjoy a selection of rare bourbons, cocktail specials, barrel select pours, all hand-picked by the Lodge. The U.S. Open is going on as well. Twin Peaks has every swing, every chip, every putt. It's all on wall-to-wall TVs. They have 29-degree draft beers that'll keep you cool. So it's great golf and it's great bourbon. It's the best views in the game, and it is only at Twin Peaks. NBA Finals are going on as well. They are your home court to watch. Twin Peaks. It's all there. Burgers, wings, flatbreads. The menu's terrific. You name it. It's all hot and ready. So grab your crew, order a bucket, settle in for the finals, for the golf, for the bourbon specials. It's all going on in championship season, and there's no better seat than at Twin Peaks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Hi, my name is Daniel Chavez, and this is my business partner, David Chavez. We are the owners of Indeed Safety. Indeed Safety is a local safety consulting company helping our clients with their safety needs for their projects.
One of the things we pride ourselves as a construction safety company is helping our men and women in construction get home safe every day to their families. Indeed Safety is a proud supporter of ProView Network.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Boswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit hanswhitlerauto.com.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
You followed him from the first day he signed with the team. You remember the day he poured in 63 points? The night he played a sold-out concert to 30,000 people. The day he gave his infamous speech. That's why you believe in heroes. That's why you remember and collect their memorabilia. All in Autographs, where you can meet some of the greats, collect some of the greats, and share your own legacy. Visit All In Autographs, where you can celebrate the great and have your own piece of history.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot. It's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
I'm David C. Chavez, personal injury attorney. For over 4 decades, our law firm has remained steadfast in our commitment to serving the remarkable people of New Mexico that have been injured through no fault of their own. I'm a New Mexican fighting for New Mexicans. I received my bachelor's degree at NMSU and earned my law degree at UNM. I can proudly say I'm both an Aggie and a Lobo. Call now and I will meet with you. 40 years strong, and we're still as local as red and green.
Turbo Threads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30. Okay, this will illustrate how tough the golf course is. Patrick Reed is 5 over par. He stole 3 strokes on that Albatross. Say he makes par there, he'd be 8 over. Not even close. I mean, that's how crazy it is. You find Victor Perez anywhere on the leaderboard? Like, I literally cannot find it. Have you seen the hole-in-one?
I have. It's on the socials.
It's all over the socials. Where the hell is he on my leaderboard? He's got to be up somewhere. Is he above the cut line? Like, why can't I find this? Here he is. Holy bleep, he's tied for 13th. He's +1. All right.
That's what it
He ace number 6.
Drop an ace.
Yeah.
That's why.
All right. Well, no, but he was still there. So he picked up 2 strokes there. So he was 3 over, still above the cut line, but now he's in 13th place. And he's 5 strokes off the lead. So former Lobo Victor Perez will have the shot of the day so far. Pretty nice. Bounce in. Roll in, kind of weird one. What?
2 bounces and then rolled in.
Good for him.
1, 2, boom.
All right. So he's tied with Brooks Koepka now, 1 over par. I mean, how about this round for
Looking easy today.
Is it? You see what he did at number 12? He had a triple bogey 8 on number 12. So dude on his card has an 8 and a 1. Look, man, he was 2 over on the back, and now here he is with an ace. Is that the game,
Dude,
though?
how about Sam Burns?
Yeah, he's 4 under today.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Sam Burns has been playing good golf. That's how if you want to watch one golf tournament a year, I know the Masters is really cool. This might be the one. But how about that, dude? You got an 8 and a 1 on your card. You're a pro. I mean, a triple bogey and an ace. All right, what else? Pacers Thunder tonight. Thunder's a 6.5-point favorite. Hockey was unbelievable last night. Overtime. Leon Draisaitl with the winner for the Oilers. They were down 3-0 after 1. Came back, took the lead. Panthers tied it with 19 seconds to go. Overtime. Draisaitl with the winner. 2-2 is the series headed back to Edmonton. They'll do that tomorrow night. Antonio Brown has a warrant out for his arrest for attempted murder. The former Steelers and Buccaneers wide receiver was involved in an altercation at a celebrity boxing event. Cops are looking for him. Pamela Koski, University of New Mexico, national champion. She won the 10,000 meters yesterday at the NCAA championship in Eugene, Oregon, set a meet record 31 minutes, 17.82 seconds. Wins the first national championship in that event for New Mexico since Wayne Colati did it in 2019. Oh, and JJ, the Rockies won last night. Or yesterday afternoon. Rockies win 8-7. 3 runs in the 9th. Orlando Arcia with the 2 RBI walk-off single with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th. How about those pesky little Rocks? After blowing a big lead 2 nights ago, they came back and cooled out the Giants. 8-7, the Rockies win for the 13th time, and it's almost Father's Day. And the Ice Topes won yesterday. 8. I think it was the same score. Topes are at home tonight, tomorrow, and Father's Day. You get them against Oklahoma City. United is on the road. They are in Lexington to play a first-year club in Lexington. I think they're Lexington SC, correct? Soccer club, not football club? Okay. Which ones do you like better? You like FC or SC? The ones that call themselves football clubs or soccer clubs? It's semantics, I know.
Yeah, I think SC's fine.
I like it too.
Especially in the United States.
In America. In America, they call it soccer. It's called the USL, right? It's not the UFL. That's the United Soccer League, I believe. So that hence, if the name of your league calls your sport soccer, I believe, even though the rest of the world calls it football, But if your league calls it soccer, I believe you're a soccer club.
That's what you play.
Oh, but it's beautiful football. Okay, I understand. And you get the College World Series going to start today. 3 New Mexico connections. Zach Kamatz is a pitcher from Sandia. He pitches for Oregon State. Stephen Milam, second baseman for LSU from Centennial High School in Las Cruces. And Isaac Silva is a pitcher from Murray State. He's from Oñate High School. He's had quite the ride to get there as well. So is Murray State. Thanks to Ben Gasbridge for being with us today. So is Kenny Thomas. The Herd with Colin Coward is at Mo for 3. Well, who moved the trash can? The Herd with Colin Coward is next. Jim Rome shows after that. 2 Minutes in at 4. You get Isotopes and Oklahoma City after that. We're back with award-winning radio on Monday at 7 a.m. Adrian, have a great, safe weekend. JJ, happy Father's Day. Big weekend for you?
Happy Father's Day.
Enjoy the weekend. Have a great Father's Day, boys and girls. Have a great, safe weekend. Be good to each other. Please be kind, loving, caring, and sharing, and we will smell you on Monday.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Got shots? Got shots? Got shots?
During Got Shots, participating providers open their doors for any child who presents for immunizations, regardless of whether they are a patient or whether they have insurance.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
I'm David C. Chavez, personal injury attorney. For over 4 decades, our law firm has remained steadfast in our commitment to serving the remarkable people of New Mexico that have been injured through no fault of their own. I'm a New Mexican fighting for New Mexicans. I received my bachelor's degree at NMSU and earned my law degree at UNM. I can proudly say I'm both an Aggie and a Lobo. Call now and I will meet with you. 40 years strong, and we're still as local as red and green.